Hello there, I'm Sam TARIQ. I'm recording this lecture for my A-level Paragon students A2. Okay, so make sure you watch the entire lecture and you make your key points of all the topics that we discussed. It's chapter 12, IET in Society. So let's start. So what do we have here? IET in Society basically has quite general topics, I would say. We'll be discussing about electronic currencies. Electronic currency in general would include digital currency, virtual currency, cryptocurrency, central bank digital based money, and stored value cards. So we'll be discussing all these one by one. As far as digital currency is concerned, obviously digital currency means any sort of currency which is stored or exchanged on digital computer systems. Okay, so digital currency can be used for exchange for goods and services without using physical paper bills or coins. Don't have to use them. Okay, technology as it's evolving more and more, digital currency is becoming a lot more advanced and more secure. The encryption tends to be a lot more secure. Hence, there are advantages and disadvantages of digital currency, which we'll be talking about. So, still, if we let's say we talk about debit card and credit card, we are talking about digital currency, or maybe we can use our smartphone with an app that can help us to pay. Anyway, then we have virtual currencies. We'll be discussing all of these in detail, no worries. So virtual currencies is basically a broad category of digital or electronic currencies. Okay, so virtual currencies are typically decentralized. They rely on cryptographic technique. Okay, so such as your cryptocurrencies. Here are some typical virtual currencies that we'll be talking about. One is this is cryptocurrency. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of cryptocurrency. It's a decentralized. Bitcoin tends to be one of the most famous one, which was the developer was Satoshi Nakamoto in 1990. He developed it. He was Japanese. Okay, uh, that it works through the blockchain method, and blockchain basically means is the different blocks that are connected to each other. These blocks they consist of the amount and the hash information, hash algorithm information, and the hash of the previous block. So this is why if you somehow change the information in one of the block, it's not possible that you can change in the rest of them because they all of them are connected and the hash is calculated of every block. This is what's known as a blockchain. So tends to be very secure method. So changing information is not possible, obviously. Okay. So we'll be discussing the advantage and disadvantages of cryptocurrency. So digital currency and cryptocurrency, if we talk about digital currency, obviously is centralized by a bank. Cryptocurrency is not fully um, decentralized. It is surrounded by legal framework. It is not surrounded by legal framework as far as cryptocurrency is concerned. Digital currency transactions practice is kept secret. Obviously, if your account will be say secret, no one else will know it. In case of cryptocurrency, transaction practice is visual to all because it's a blockchain method. Digital currencies, it is not encrypted, and cryptocurrency, obviously, it's cryptocurrency. It is highly encrypted. Advantage of virtual currencies is that it's very convenient. Okay, payments in virtual currency tends to be really fast. You can make them right away internationally. It's decentralized, so you will have lower transaction costs, and you will obviously because it's not administered by someone. Okay, it tends to be a secure method. It's an advantage. It's faster. It's contactless payment. Yeah, okay. So the user doesn't necessarily need to remember their PIN each time if they're using contactless payments methods. Prevention from that, obviously, whatever you have is you have. Okay, so you'll be prevent from that. Okay. Disadvantages includes there's a lack of comprehensive regulation. Since there are no regulations, this is why there could be a lot of illegal transactions and a lot of money laundering going here and there. It's highly volatile. One day it's 3,000. The after 2 months it's 18,000. One day it's 20,000. The one after 1 week it's 5,000. It's a lot volatile. People invest and obviously have to take a risk, or maybe have a lot of profit. Potential security issues are there, obviously, even though it's quite encrypted. Still, there are a lot of security issues, and there have been incidences where people had a lot of loss because of their accounts being hacked. So, difference with digital currency: digital currencies are a broader category that include both centralized and decentralized form of currency. Centralized digital currencies are typically issued and regulated by a central authority such as government or central bank. Cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, are specific type of digital currency that operate on decentralized network based on blockchain technology. They are not controlled by any central authority, and the transactions are verified by a distributed network of participants. Um, Digital currencies, as far as technology is concerned, digital centralized digital currency often rely on traditional banking infrastructure and technologies. Cryptocurrencies are use blockchain technology, which is decentralized and distributed ledger. So obviously, as far as the technology is concerned, they're differing that as well. One works in the blockchain method, one works in traditional infrastructure and the typical technology that we have. If you want to distinguish them with an example, obviously, a digital currency could be CBDC, central bank digital currency, and electronic money issued by financial organizations, institutions. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that. Control and regulation, if we talk about differences, this is centralized, okay, and this is decentralized. And if we talk about the strengths of your digital currencies are often enable faster and more efficient transactions compared to digital banking systems. Strength of digital currency can reduce transaction cost associated with the digital banking and financial services. Um, Financial inclusion. Digital currencies have the potential to provide financial services to individuals who are unbanked or underbanked. They can access financial tools and services. So unbanked or underbanked actually means is if you don't have a bank account, still you will be able to use it. You don't really technically need a bank account. So yes, financial inclusion will be for those who are unbanked or underbanked. Accessibility is again a strength, which means digital currencies can be assessed and be used by individuals with an internet connection. Okay, provide financial services to people to remote or underserved areas. So yeah, that's a big advantage. Remote areas you can still use it. You don't really need to have to go to bank. It's transparency and security. Blockchain technology, which underlies many digital currencies, provides transparent and secure way to record transactions. Yeah, it's quite safe, you can say. Weakness, it's volatile. We talked about it before. It is not regulated. Regulatory uncertainty is obviously there. Okay. Security concerns, since it's an advantage, there is some percentage that could be discussed that it's also a disadvantage. So we have to talk about that as well. It's also a disadvantage. Lack of consumer understanding. Many people around the world, especially people who are not IT related and elderly, they would not rely on it. They would probably go for fiat currency, which obviously is the physical currency. Scalability issues, obviously, it will take time. Some currency face scalability challenges, especially during periods of high transaction volume. You have to send a lot of amount of extreme limit. You just can't do that. And secondly, it's not acceptable by everyone. That's another weakness. So you just can't send a lot of amount at once. Okay. Once you have sent the amount, it's irreversible. There's no going back. Once it's sent, it's sent. Okay, that's also disadvantage. Central bank digital-based currency basically is when once a country launches its own digital currency, which is regulated by the country. Okay, it is known as central bank based digital currency. Okay. So there are some advantage and disadvantage of central bank digital currency. This is an basically from your book. As no physical currency will need, the cost will be reduced, obviously. Some people like the privacy of an autonomy that they can have while using physical currency. Okay, so obviously some people want to pay in cash. Okay, the bank's ability to speed up the exchange of money will be greatly improved. Obviously, it will. But you don't have to transfer the physical money, and the transaction costs would obviously be reduced. Some believe that if physical currency becomes obsolete in favor of central bank digital currency, criminal acts or money laundering will take place unless and until it is not properly regulated. It costs money to produce physical money. Again, that's again another advantage that we get out of central bank digital currency. That so there's obviously lots more advantages than disadvantages. Okay, so you don't have to incur cost in printing that. Okay, so data mining is the next topic. I'll just stick to this topic. We'll discuss next lecture data mining. Okay, and we'll wrap up this chapter, inshallah, guys. Okay, see you then.